we've talked a lot about optimizing images for social media or for your website and also for your Google business page as well, optimizing the images you upload there. So the question here is, how do you optimize the images? Well, couple different things. If you're taking the image with your phone and you have your location services on, your phone is already embedding in the back of the image where that image was taken from a geographical standpoint. Your phone actually assigns a geography to that image. So if you've taken that image at your place of business or whatever, part of the data that's embedded in that image is where that image was taken. So that's part of the optimization. So that's important to remember, because a lot of times people will modify an image. Maybe they'll put their logo on it or whatever, and maybe they'll take a screen capture of the image after they've modified it to use that as an image. There's nothing wrong with that, but just understand that when you do that screen capture, you've now stripped all that back end data from your phone out of that, and this is a fresh image with no data on the back end. If you upload it directly from your camera into these things, that data is going to be maintained there. So just be aware as you start to modify or you start to manipulate images, some of that data that's captured by the camera is lost. You can now then go in though and right click on the image, and you can re-embed tags, descriptions. You can rename the file. So instead of it being named some random set of numbers and letters as far as the image, it can be named something that would be specific to the image. Those are all places that you can optimize an image for when you're going to use it on your website or on Google My Business. Alt tags are another thing when you're putting an image on a website. It gives you the ability to put an alt description to describe what the image is showing. Also, when you upload images to social media now, it'll often give you an ability to actually use an alt description there as well to describe what the image is showing. Now, when you use those alt descriptions, you do not want to just put in something that you think is going to be good for SEO per se. You want to actually describe, as if somebody was blind, let's say, and they could not see the image, and you were trying to come up with a sentence to describe what the image showed. That's what you should be trying to think about for an alt description. Now, that doesn't mean you can't weave into that maybe some keywords or whatever, but you don't want to get in the habit of just, the alt description is there to describe what the image is showing if you can't see the image. So think about that when you're creating an alt description. But by all means, if it gives you the ability, you can definitely put in the city and state where the image was taken. Make sure that's embedded in there. Maybe if you guys did a product or service for a particular customer, you can put in, this image shows that we did X and Y and Z in X city and state for this client. So that's all descriptive. It all works for that alt description. You're describing what the image is, but you're also integrating some keywords. So I hope that makes sense. You don't want to go to the end where you're just doing a spammy alt description that is just loaded with keywords and doesn't describe the image, but you can very well integrate in keywords into that description. So you want to be thinking about the geographic place, the location services of the image. If you can maintain that or re-embed that into the image, that's part of optimization. The tags, the description, the name of the image can be used to add to the optimization. All those things are going to help when you're putting that image on your website from an SEO standpoint, or when you're using it on your Google business profile to help that get more localized SEO through your Google business profile.